Did you know that some bridges are designed to make you question every life choice that led you to that moment? Or that there's literally a bridge in Siberia where crossing it successfully makes you a local legend? Today we're counting down the 10 most absolutely insane bridges in the world that probably should never have been built. Number 10. Siduhi Bridge, Hubei, China. Starting off our list with something that will make you question the laws of physics. The Siduhi Bridge in China is one of the highest bridges in the world, hanging 1,627 feet above a canyon. That's higher than the Empire State Building is tall. Let that sink in for a moment. But the height isn't even the most terrifying part. The bridge is so high that it literally disappears into the clouds. You can't see the bottom of the canyon through the fog. Strong winds at that altitude cause the bridge to sway visibly, and the vertical drop is so extreme that looking down gives you instant vertigo. The Chinese engineers who designed this bridge apparently thought, let's build a bridge so high up it literally touches the clouds. Standing on this bridge is like being on top of a skyscraper, except you're on a road suspended by cables with cars driving past you. It's the kind of place where your brain just refuses to process what your eyes are seeing. It's like they decided that regular bridges weren't terrifying enough, so they built one that requires you to literally drive through the clouds to cross it. Number 9. Royal Gorge Bridge, Colorado, USA. Moving on to something that redefined what Americans consider extreme. The Royal Gorge Bridge is one of the highest suspension bridges in the United States, hanging 955 feet above the Arkansas River Canyon. To put that in perspective, that's like stacking 80 school buses on top of each other. When this bridge was first built, it didn't have solid railings, just cables and wind. Lots and lots of wind. The bridge sways so much in strong winds that people have reported feeling seasick while crossing it. Imagine being nearly 1,000 feet in the air and feeling like you're on a boat in rough seas. The original designers apparently thought, let's build a bridge where looking down gives you instant vertigo. Mission accomplished, guys. Mission accomplished. Number 8. Trift Bridge, Swiss Alps. Here's where engineering meets pure madness. The Trift Bridge is a thin, pedestrian-only rope bridge suspended high in the Swiss Alps. It's literally inspired by bridges in Nepal. You know, the ones that looked like they were built by someone who had never heard of safety regulations. This thing swings, sways, and bounces with every step you take. You're surrounded by massive cliffs and glaciers, and the only thing between you and certain death is some rope and wooden planks. The views are absolutely spectacular, assuming you can keep your eyes open long enough to see them. The Swiss engineers basically said, let's combine scenic alpine views with a heart attack, and tourists line up for hours to experience this torture. Sometimes I really don't understand people. Number 7. The Confederation Bridge, Canada. Now we're getting into the realm of bridges that mess with your mind. The Confederation Bridge stretches for 8 miles across the Northumberland Strait, connecting New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. 8 miles might not sound insane until you realize what happens when fog rolls in. This bridge literally disappears while you're driving on it. Drivers report feeling like they're driving through a void, unable to see the beginning or end of the bridge. It's like being trapped in a Stephen King novel where roads lead to nowhere. The weather conditions are so extreme that the bridge is regularly closed due to high winds. Picture this. You're halfway across an 8-mile bridge when suddenly you can't see anything but fog, and the wind is rocking your car like a toy. The engineers who designed this basically said, what if we built a bridge that disappears while you're on it? Number 6. Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge, China. Here's where transparent terror meets engineering insanity. The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge in China is a completely transparent glass bridge suspended 980 feet above the ground. That's right, you're walking on pure glass nearly 1,000 feet in the air with nothing but transparent panels between you and certain death. This bridge holds the record as the world's tallest and longest pedestrian glass bridge, stretching 1,410 feet across a canyon. The entire bridge deck is made of transparent glass, which means you can see straight down to the canyon floor, nearly 1,000 feet below with every single step you take. Your brain literally cannot process the fact that you're walking on what appears to be thin air. But wait, it gets worse. The bridge also features the world's highest bungee jumping platform with a drop of 260 meters. That's 853 feet of pure vertical terror. People actually choose to jump off this thing voluntarily. The Chinese engineers who designed this bridge apparently thought, let's build a bridge that gives people panic attacks just by looking at it. They succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. The transparent glass creates an optical illusion where you feel like you're walking on absolutely nothing, suspended in midair by magic. It's the kind of place where even looking at photos makes your palms sweat. Number 5. Eshima Ohashi Bridge, Japan. Here's a bridge that looks like it was designed by someone who thought roads were too boring. The Eshima Ohashi Bridge in Japan has such an extreme steep incline that it literally looks like a roller coaster. The bridge was designed this way to allow large ships to pass underneath, but the result is something that gives every driver anxiety. From certain angles, it looks like cars are driving straight off a cliff. The incline is so steep that when you're at the bottom looking up, you can't see the top of the bridge. It's like driving up the side of a skyscraper. The Japanese engineers basically said, "Let's build a bridge that gives every driver anxiety." And they succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. Tourists come from around the world just to take pictures of this automotive nightmare. Number 4. Kushma Gyati Suspension Bridge, Nepal. Welcome to the Kushma Gyati Suspension Bridge, where Nepal's engineers decided to test the limits of human courage by stringing a glorified tightrope across a Himalayan gorge. Stretching a jaw-dropping 1,128 feet, 344 meters over the Mati River, this wobbly pedestrian bridge dangles 384 feet, 117 meters, above a churning abyss that seems to whisper, "One wrong step, and you're mine." Built in 2010 to connect Kushma to Gyatachur, it's Nepal's longest and one of its highest suspension footbridges, designed with just enough cables and creaky metal planks to make you question every life decision that led you here. The bridge sways like it's got a personal vendetta against your balance, with Himalayan winds giving it an extra push just for kicks. The deck? A patchwork of slats with gaps that let you stare straight down at the Mati River's frothy rage, daring you to keep walking. Those flimsy rope railings might as well be decorative string, offering zero comfort as you shuffle across, heart pounding louder than a monsoon storm. Locals stroll over it like it's a Sunday hike, but for anyone with a fear of heights, it's a one-way ticket to a panic attack. Number 3. 7 Mile Bridge, Florida Keys, USA. Here's where engineering meets meteorological nightmare. The 7 Mile Bridge connects the Florida Keys and it's surrounded by water on all sides. That might sound peaceful until you realize what happens when hurricanes hit. This bridge has no shoulder room, nowhere to pull over, and when storms come, you're literally trapped on a narrow strip of concrete with water on both sides and winds strong enough to flip cars. It's like being on a very long, very narrow island that happens to be a road. The engineers who designed this basically said, "Let's build a bridge with nowhere to run if things go wrong." And they built it in one of the most hurricane-prone areas in the United States. The combination of claustrophobia and weather fear is absolutely terrifying. Number 2. Kuwandinsky Bridge, Russia. Russia makes our list again with a bridge that represents the ultimate, if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality. The Kuwandinsky Bridge is an old railway bridge that people started using for cars without any modifications whatsoever. We're talking about driving your car across a bridge designed for trains. No guardrails, rotten wooden planks, gaps between the railroad ties that you can see straight through to the river below. And of course, it's often covered in snow and ice because, well, it's Russia. This bridge is literally a test of nerves. People drive across it knowing that one wrong move means plunging through the gaps between the railroad ties. The Russians who started using this bridge apparently thought, why fix a train bridge when you can just risk your life? Number 1. Hussaini Hanging Bridge, Pakistan. And here we have the most absolutely insane bridge on our entire list. The Hussaini Hanging Bridge in northern Pakistan isn't just scary, it's genuinely life-threatening. This bridge is literally falling apart piece by piece. And here's the kicker. People still cross it every single day. We're talking about gaps between wooden planks wide enough to fall through, no railings whatsoever, and the whole thing is suspended by frayed ropes that look like they should have been replaced decades ago. The wood is rotting, the ropes are fraying, and with every step you take, you're basically playing Russian roulette with gravity. But here's what makes this bridge the most insane of all. It's not a tourist attraction or a dare. Local villagers, including children, cross this death trap every single day just to get to school or work. It's their commute, their daily routine. Like crossing a normal sidewalk, except one wrong step means plunging into a raging river hundreds of feet below. The bridge gets worse every year. More gaps, more fraying ropes, more rotting wood. But people keep using it because they have no choice. It's essential infrastructure that happens to be a death trap. The people who built this bridge apparently thought, safety? Never heard of it. Maintenance? What's that? And somehow, against all odds, people still cross it regularly and survive. But for how much longer? This bridge represents the ultimate combination of human necessity and engineering negligence. It's not just scary to look at, it's actively dangerous every single day. And that's what makes it the most insane bridge in the world. And there you have it, the 10 most absolutely insane bridges that probably should never have been built. From Malaysia's swinging sky bridge to China's cloud-touching monster, these engineering marvels prove that sometimes humans will build literally anything just to get from point A to point B. Which one of these bridges made your palms sweat the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you know any terrifying bridges from your country that we missed, drop those in the comments too. We might just make a part 2 featuring bridges that are somehow even more insane than these. If this video made you grateful for boring, safe, normal bridges, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Fact Shock for more mind-blowing content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. Thanks for watching, and remember, next time you're complaining about traffic on a regular bridge, at least you're not swinging 1,600 feet above a canyon in the clouds. Sometimes boring is exactly what you want. We'll see you in the next one, and hopefully it'll be on solid ground.